What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy J Real Sly, affiliate Sly in the building. You know, shout out to the people on Twitch, shout out to people in Discord which is linked down below in the description for helping us at affiliate. Today we got a video. I'm gonna move the chat over here. I normally put it in front of me, but I'm moving over here so I can select the video title. Shout out Tommy NFG. I've been watching him for a while. I was watching him like when Blue Eye was coming out. I never really watched Solid too much. But Tommy's his own creator and has like the certain creativity and authenticity to his videos. You know what I'm saying? When you sub, make sure you hit that bell. The bell just won't hit because YouTube added that feature after I like started subbing it, bro. But it's the most traumatizing kid shows. As always, make sure y'all boys drink y'all some water. Some water. What do you say? What do you say? DJ, look. Looks like we got a nodder. Make sure y'all boys drink y'all some water. Get y'all some sleep and get y'all some sunlight. And yeah, man, shout out to y'all. For real. Make sure y'all boys stay healthy. And as always, you know what I'm saying, how was your day today? We moved past the good deeds. How was your day today, man? You know what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comments. You got something you want to talk about, let me know. Y'all know I'll be replying to the comments. As always, y'all saw me pre-fire the like on the vid. That's always more helpful than, disliking or anything. And if you're still into doing the 3 good deeds, you know what I'm saying, like the video. I know sometimes it's pressure being the first commenter, but like the video, subscribe, hit that bell, both here and on Twitch. See, now I can say y'all can sub to the Twitch. So look, if you got money in your if the real Republic got money in their pockets, this is no gaslights. But if you really feel like you got it like that, helping out with a sub, bro. I'm really trying to like do something good for the world. And I hope you've been watching. I hope you've been seeing the vision. You know what I'm saying? Without further ado, let's get straight into the video.
We got the scariest kid shows. Is that Gravity Falls? Gravity Falls was like terrifying in a weird way. A little bit, but not crazy. Like it was just the Bill Cipher. Dude, Bill Cipher. That man.
I don't know if this is going to be a reaction. Because if it is, it's going to be a reaction to a reaction. I think it is going to be a reaction to a reaction. I didn't know this was going to be a reaction video. I thought it was going to be like one of his like... It's cool.
It was a demon, bro. Oh, Courage the Cowardly Dog. I didn't even play it yet. Yeah, this show, I'm showing this to my kids early on just to traumatize them early. So they like get used to traumatization. Because they're going to trauma it in the future. You get me? They're going to have trauma happen to them in the future. So I might as well have it pre-happen. And yeah, they'll grow up stronger. Flapjack was...
Pressure creates diamond, man. We don't kill you, make you stronger. He might be onto something here.
Scary. Yeah, Flapjack had some scary moments.
Yeah,
Flapjack would come on like late night too, and I remember just had the scariest frames. When I was a kid, I was scared. Let's watch this.
So the other day I made a video talking about some shows I loved as a kid, and reminiscing on all those old shows that brought joy to me reminded me of one that brought fear to me. I know everything scared me as a kid, but this was different, okay? Because this show not only scared me, but it also scared millions. And that show was Courage the Cowardly Dog. If you never watched this show, what's wrong with you? Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going over Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I'll be going over 3 of the scariest episodes from the show. And in the end, I'll go over the scariest Courage episode I've ever watched. So y'all know the drill. Grab your popcorn, get your stuff there, and try not to. First episode I'm starting with.
I know that got y'all, and that didn't get me.
So discontent. I'm gonna let y'all know now. Every time they play this episode, I just leave my living room. Straight up. This episode starts with us seeing my boy Courage.
Yo, the worst thing is, y'all, I'm pretty sure the actual set of the show was based off like a cabin in the middle of nowhere where like a murder happened. The house being here, the
Bro, only reason I know this is from Gatekeep. I think, should I already see? It's like nowhere, Kansas. That's what it is. Nowhere, Kansas. Nowhere, Kansas. Literally in the middle of nowhere. That's hilarious.
Man and everything. It's the exact same house where like somebody got murdered or something.
Of us seeing my boy Courage and his family trying to plant a flower in the middle of the night. I ain't no gardener, but is that optimal? And since they live in the literal middle of nowhere, which is pretty much a desert, it don't want to grow. They even tried doing
how do they eat? How do they get food? Holy yo, I'm not gonna lie. You can't tell me this wasn't racist. This Eustace, just listen to his name. He definitely has some racism in him. No doubt in my mind. You gotta think too, when the show was made, it was like probably like 2000 or something. I don't know when, maybe before that. He's like 70 here. That means he was born in like 1930, dude. Yeah, you know his ass on the hard orange. down the street.
Seance to help, but nothing. And it ain't a Courage the Cowardly Dog episode without Eustace complaining. He starts saying he's done trying to plant stuff, and he's never trying again. I mean, how many times did y'all try for y'all to be doing these seances and blood sacrifices and stuff? We then cut back to the crib and we see Muriel doing dishes.
And you know what's crazy too, bro? This was the generation of women back then, bro. Like, they just took the abuse, bro. I felt bad for Muriel, bro, because Eustace was a piece of shit. She was such a nice person. But man, they were like, nah, I can't leave my husband. Like, you know, from sickness and life for, I forgot the vows of marriage. You know what I'm talking about?
You know, chilling, scrub-a-dub-dubbing. When she hears a voice telling her to get out. And Muriel thought it was just her age. She thought she was seeing.
Like, there's no way this was a kid show. Hearing stuff like that when you're a kid, that's scary.
It was real. The kitchen drawers and utensils and food start going everywhere. Looked like it was a poltergeist in the crib. Even Eustace wasn't safe. Before he could hop in the bath, the bathroom wall started breaking down in the crib. Even Eustace wasn't safe. Before he could hop in.
Get a load of this guy, bro. He be on Courage meat, bro. Get a load of this guy, pal. Holy. I've seen this. This is very common. You know, something light happened and then boom, but his whole big toe is out. Part of his second toe is out. Maybe that's his full second toe. And then his heel is out, bro. Pointy ass heel.
In the bath, the bathroom wall started breaking down. Water going everywhere.
And look at his hat, bro. His hat is a bent in frying pan.
Look at Eustace cry. What could have been causing this? Well, after they fall into the basement of the house, Courage, Eustace, and Muriel look up to see a giant floating head. The spirit of the harvest moon. And he used to scare the boo-boo.
What is that, bro?
Hey guys, Tom NFG here. You know, only half of you guys are subscribed and even less of you guys have noties on. I hate to be a burden, but you know, I really appreciate it if you hit that sub button.
I think the tech here is a green screen in front of a green screen. He puts one green screen down, which lowers your attention to the fact there's probably a green screen still behind him.
The little bell next to it, you know, it doesn't take long. I know you can get mixed up in the algorithm and everything. Yeah, also tune into the streams. You know, we have a lot of fun over there. I'm telling you, we have a lot of parties going on over there. Yeah, that's it. Bye.
Also, doesn't like the way it's moving.
Damn.
To be as a kid. He always reminded me of an evil version of the floating head from Power Rangers. Is it just me? And it actually scarred me. The dark eyes.
What is this? This is even hard to look at right now. It looks uncanny, and then imagine you're a kid seeing this.
Or lack of eyes.
Like
glowing white skin. And there was something about his face being saggy that just threw me off. No joke, he's in my top 5 scary spirits on TV. Right below Cole from Avatar. That do terrify me. He's here to tell them to get the hell out. Get out! Why? Get out. Because Eustace doesn't respect the land they live on. Come on, now why?
And it would come on late at night, bro. That's so real, bro. Literally, butt crack of night. You see this. And it's like you're watching a cartoon. So it's like, your vibe is chill. You know, it's chaotic and Courage, but it's like chill. I'm watching a cartoon. And you see that, why is the toe still out, bro?
Why we gotta punish everyone for one dude's mistake? That ain't fair. I used to hate when they did that in school. Off topic, but I remember back in high school, I was on the track team for like a month. And this one time we were running a 5K, which was already horrible. That's like 3 miles. And when we finished, one of the captains told us we had to run it again. All because there's one kid in the back.
That's exactly why I couldn't be on a sports team. Because the coach would be like, yo,
run it again, run the lap again, do this again, do that.
I'm like, get your fat ass on the field and do it, bitch. I know you weren't like this when you were in high school. I know you weren't like that. We had this one coach that would always do that, bro. He would always do that. I swear, bro was not a pro.
He was just running too slow. Man, we were all pissed at him, man. And the kid felt really bad.
Yeah, it's like, what can he do?
Really bad. Even I feel bad looking back on it now because we jumped the out of him after practice. The spirit does give them a chance though. He tells them they can stay in their home if they manage to grow a plant. Okay, that's not that bad. By midnight. This is another one of those things that scared me in this episode. They're expected to revive a dead plant by midnight and it's 11:50. I'm like 8 years old watching this. My mind immediately goes to, what if this guy was in my crib? I don't know how to grow a plant in 10 minutes. I don't know how to grow a plant, period. Did I even know division yet? I knew if he spawned in my crib, it would have been rapture. I mean, even these dudes barely made it out. Because Eustace was still refusing to even try to play.
Like, Eustace is dumbass. Oh my god, bro. I wish I was near him. I would have upped the blick, bro. I would have been like, yo, you better plant it, dumbass. We all about to die.
Man. He talking about some up in the blick. I would have upped the uppercut. I'm up in the cut. Please. Making that jawline flatten out a little bit more. I'm fixing his aesthetic, man. What are we talking about?
So Courage does what he normally has to do and tries to save his family. And he was pulling out all the stops on this plant, giving it light, serenading it, a blood transfusion. Nothing was working. See, he messed up. He ain't giving mouth to mouth. Courage tries to run inside and use fusion. Nothing was working. See?
Gather up all of the crew. That dance hitting. It's time.
He messed up.
He
Ain't giving mouth to mouth. Courage tries to run inside and use a leaking valve for water, but Baldy over here was practically melting their house, so the water turned into sand. But Courage had one more idea. He takes advantage of the heat and uses Eustace's sweat to water the plant. And it works. The plant grows. Eustace takes all the credit for it, but the spirit was satisfied. See, this one wasn't that bad because it had a good ending, but I can't say the same for the rest of them. Next one is...
Oh, I remember this one.
Just off the name
Freaky
alone,
Fred.
you know,
Freaky Fred. Thinking of it now, this is a funny name.
It's gonna be something weird. Now, this episode didn't really make me run away from my TV or anything like the last one, but it left me feeling uneasy, unsettled. This one starts with some creepy narration on the bus by this shadowy figure talking about how naughty he is. What the? This dude is Fred, Muriel's nephew. And I already know I'm gonna get jokes, but he really makes me grateful for my niece and nephew. Cause this dude is weird. According to Eustace, he's a freak. Not that kind. Eustace says he's a freaky guy who owns a freaky barbershop where he does who knows what, but it's probably freaky. And Eustace was something we could finally
was there a single person in here that wasn't haunted in this show?
agree on. Says he doesn't want that freak anywhere near his home. Yeah, I don't blame you. Cause when we finally see how this dude looks, oh my goodness. Y'all know me. I hate to judge off appearances. Even in this show, they taught us not to judge a book by its cover. Remember that one episode with the super ugly hunchback dude? He was chopper. He was cool people. But this dude, he may not have the hunchback. He got that mad scientist hair, lanky, slender arms. Are his eyes green? And the worst thing off his appearance was his smile. Oh my goodness. Every time he saw someone, especially Courage, like, why are you looking at Courage like that? He always revealed those janky, especially Courage.
I'm pretty sure he added that stone sound effect sliding when he moved his
Why
eyes.
are you looking at Courage like that? He always revealed those janky teeth. I mean, no surprise there. They said he's British. But come on, bro. Looks like you be chewing on cinder blocks and smoking cigarettes for a living. Big smile too, looking like he swallowed a whole watermelon slice. But his smile wasn't the only thing that was off about him. We also know he's a barber, and there ain't nothing inherently wrong with being a barber. You know, it's different passions.
Low key, if you gave a cut for free, y'all doing it? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. I mean, maybe it's not that bad. My head might be cut off at the end of the day, but would have done it.
World, some people like making art, making music, making food. I mean, bro, I come from a race of people who can be three things: a baseball player, a deadbeat father, or a barber. So it's perfectly fine with me if someone likes cutting hair. But Fred, he really likes cutting hair to the point where it seems like it's some sort of fetish or kink for him. I'm not even joking either. I understood this as a kid watching this. They played that creepy, cheerful music when he was fantasizing, reminiscing on.
Why was it a picture of a kid? Oh, hell no.
Cutting hair. During his flashbacks, you would see him get all geeked to see hair. Like, bro, he's sweating from excitement. You know how excited you gotta be for it to make you nervous? This ain't regular. And once I heard him
say, was low-key throwing the hints in front of us that he was a EDP, like a pred. Like, when you're a kid, though, you're just like, he's just like a weird hair guy. But after seeing that frame, lock him up. Put him on the offender list.
That line about how he gets in a certain mood. That episode ends with Fred getting arrested after Courage gets trapped in the bathroom with him, of all places. Trapped in the bathroom with a random relative.
Why are you looking at him like
not a vibe. And he shaves off all of Courage's hair, leaving a message on Courage's butt. With love, Fred. Yeah, this dude is a freak. But floating white heads.
You know he was gonna find him too.
Freaky dudes named Fred have nothing on the last one I'm about to go over.
Yeah, King Ramsey, this is a classic.
Me and everyone else who watched this show growing up have nightmares. Like, I don't remember the first time I peed myself, but I do remember the last time. And it was when I watched this episode. Last week. This episode starts different than the other two. It opens up and we're in the middle of a police chase. You know how desperate or bored them cops gotta be to chase someone into the middle of nowhere? There could be someone getting robbed in your city right now, looking like some NYC MTA cops. Priorities all the way messed up. The people or animals, I should say, being chased are these two cats. Y'all always putting cats in the stuff, trying to send shots. And why are they being chased? Well, apparently the cops from earlier had a right to be this desperate, because these two stole a precious artifact. And this thing must have been very precious, because one of the cats gets the bright idea to bury it out of fear of being caught with it. I don't really see the point in this. Like, was it weighing y'all down? You're in a car. That freaking 2-foot hat you got on.
Did they even get gas there? Like, I feel like there's no gas station. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Weigh you down more. But whatever this thing they were burying was, it must have had some mad juice on it or something. Because the second these two cats get back in the car and are about to take off, the road becomes foggy. A mysterious figure appears, and they get packed up. Yeah,
Jeez.
some bugs spawned in, surrounded their car.
This is actually so
Packed
trauma.
up
What
is
the
insane.
dude? Cartoon logic? Yeah, you're right. I forgot. Cartoon cars, they got unlimited gas. This is traumatizing. Like, they just got obliterated off this earth. They died.
Bro.
And they were
got
gone.
Shino's
Like,
bugs.
who's responsible for this? Shino? Conveniently, though, where these two cats,
Shino's
RIP,
bald.
buried this artifact was right across the street from Courage's crib, where we see the next morning, Courage digs it up. See, this is why I'm feeling bad for Courage at some point. He been through too much to still be doing all this curiosity stuff. He brings the thing he dug up back to Eustace and Muriel, and we all know Eustace's miserable self never liked anything new in his life, so he immediately throws it out. But while Longchin Eustace is complaining about Courage, you stupid dog, the news comes on the TV talking about this priceless artifact that was stolen by these two criminals. I'm sorry, I know this is off topic, but what's up with all these dudes having the syndrome chin? Turns out though, the artifact that these dudes stole was not trash like Eustace said. It was actually priceless, worth millions. And Eustace may be a miserable old man, but he truly is a paper chaser. Cause the second you heard moolah, bread, money.
Eustace, if he had millions of dollars, he's leaving Muriel. His ass will start getting freaky, bro. He go to the Dominican Republic, bro. He go everywhere, bro.
He went
Thailand,
in
Japan.
But this was a mistake because Eustace wanting to keep the slab was triggering something in it, something dark. Luckily though, this ginger mustache fellow comes by to retrieve the slab and stop this potential thing from being triggered. And you know Courage was in full agreement. He started hitting his Eustace starts asking the dude how much bread he's trying to offer for the slab. And unfortunately for Courage, this dude wasn't offering any money. Just a tote bag. Like what the, do I look
See,
like?
that's crazy though. At least when, like when the government loses something usually, or whatever, they'll give somebody like a little small award or something for giving it back. They were giving nothing.
Like a Midtown Manhattan girl? Eustace declines, but I would have taken that tote
least
back
give him
a
a couple
million
of bands.
times over what came next. Because later that night, while Eustace is rocking back and forth, imagining all the things he'd buy with the money, they hear the door rattling. Eustace goes outside to check what's going on, and this moment right here is what traumatized me, you, your brother, your mama, and anyone else who watched this show. Eustace goes to check what's happening and sees this thing. This
Ew, bro. Like, what is that?
4K resolution, 3 strands of hair having mummy. Yo, I can't explain to y'all how unsettling it was watching this as a kid. I mean, look at his chin. Mind you, this was playing the latest, like 5 p.m. But it still terrified me so much I'd have to
5 p.m. as a kid, that's basically like sleeping in a couple hours.
cover my eyes. I don't know if it was his voice, the whole
It's like low animation too.
with his body,
Trash
or
CGI.
both. But this dude was too much. He tells Eustace if he doesn't return the slab, he will be cursed and visited by 3 plagues, each getting worse than the last. Oh my goodness, just give me the heebie-jeebies remembering it. But Eustace don't care about that. He then starts asking the mummy how much he gonna pay for the slab, and the mummy straight up ignores Eustace asking that. Which y'all know what that.
Eustace got the balls of like a boomer, bro. They'll literally see like a fucking line in front of them. They'll be like, "Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. What you scared for?
Like,
what you scared for, kiddo? It's just a lion. Back to the 70s, we used to deal with lions all the time. Shit like that. The amount of shit even my dad did, bro, when I was younger. I still look at it. I'm like, I wouldn't do that if I was
like old people got a certain amount of goal, and they have a switch on that too. It's not even like once or twice they'll be moving. Like they got goal, bro. Like it's only 2 types of old people. It's the old people that got gold and hide it so you can do work for it. Oh, I'm just old, cute. You give me the remote, it's 2 centimeters from them. And it's the old people that like got gold for pure love of the game. Like, and I'm talking about the healthy old people. You gotta eat this, you gotta eat that. Oh, it's just a da-da-da. Unless the type of vibe they have over you is like overprotective. If it's something like, man, you just lost an arm. Back in my day, you know what I'm saying? They be on different timing.
age. Like when we first moved to our house, there was a snake in the backyard, bro. And then my mom, I remember this, she was like, oh, should we call somebody? And my dad's like, nah, I got this. He goes out to the back of it with my uncle, just cut the fucking head off the snake. And he was like, yeah, we handled it. I was just like, what, bro? Granted, it wasn't poisonous. I don't care. A snake is a snake. I'm not getting near that. It's something about the older generation, especially immigrant parents. They do not be scared of like anything. Even any bugs, bro, tarantulas. My dad would not give a fuck. He just kill it. His bare hand too, bro. He don't be caring.
Broke boy, you ain't nothing but a broke boy, boy. Eustace slams the door and that mummy did not waste time. He immediately starts flooding their home. From the basement to the first floor to the attic. Look at Eustace. Had enough time to grab a freaking snorkel before he even thought about helping his wife. Courage thankfully swims to the basement and pulls out the plug, but it wasn't over. That was only the beginning. The next plague was ear screeching music. And this one may not have sounded like a big deal to me when I was a kid, cause all early
How big is this room? Also, wait, let me look at this. God damn, does anybody even live up here?
All
Just an
early
empty
2000s
room.
music was great.
like
In
inside.
2025, this would be horrible. Imagine Cardi B blasting out like 210 decibels.
Or imagine Thick of It. Or imagine Anxiety. Immediately, this is me, bro. There'll be a gun next to me. This is all on GSA, Twitch, and YouTube, by the way. And then they start playing the songs, yelling. It'd be like, Anxiety. It's over, bro. And Monster would have got me.
My goodness, that'd be torture. Purge eventually finds a solution to that plague too, but Eustace still didn't want to give up the
Purge
dang
Karen,
slab. With Eustace still
be
not
putting up
complying
Tony Snell
came the
numbers.
third plague. And King
Locust?
Ramsey aside, this is the scariest part of this episode. The third plague was a swarm of bugs. I know some of y'all right now are like, oh seriously? Bugs are scary? Yes,
windows,
they
yeah.
are. Have y'all
Swarm
seen
of
how a swarm of bugs looks? Look. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be locusts too, so this is like biblical. The bugs, just like they did earlier to those two cats, RIP, ravaged through everything. And Eustace, with no other choice, says maybe it's time to let go of the slab. So Courage takes it and tosses it, and
While their whole house got obliterated.
stops. Everything's okay. It's looking
I wonder if they had a home insurance. Their home insurance
what
had to
I'm
be
saying.
like, they didn't have home insurance.
like a happy ending. But
It's like you just lost more money doing that.
Eustace had to
It was
go
a
and mess
biblical
it
story
up.
of
Since
Moses.
all
Yeah, I
the
remember
plagues
that
were
from
over, he tells the
It's in a
mummy
lot of
he don't got
media,
any more
too,
tricks left in
because
his bag.
media is
So
typically
technically,
inspired
the
by
slab
religion.
is his,
Yeah,
which
GG's.
sounds smart. But then you remember, he can just run it back. The episode ends with Courage and Muriel chilling in the broken crib, and Eustace
No
now
Eustace.
trapped in the same
Yes,
slab that he was
sir.
feeding for. I think there's a
Honestly, that's a W.
So one of the plagues is gonna be useless now.
That's a W. Got Thug locked up.
metaphor here, but I don't really feel like it. That was pretty much all the Courage episodes I found really scary. At least
That real gummy. Hey man, shout out Tommy and shout out the original creator of this video. I didn't know we were gonna be reacting to a reaction. Oh, he got it right here. Shout out Derek FDB. You know what I'm saying? I like putting the title of the original video there, but we kind of reacted to Tommy. I didn't mean to react to a reaction. I don't know if this is getting posted, but if it is, make sure y'all show love to Tommy. Make sure y'all show love to Derek FDB. This was the Scariest Kids Show by Derek FDB, but we're reacting to Tommy NFG, the most traumatizing kids shows. And that's going to be about it for me. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all tap in with the Discord comment link in the description, as well as tap in with my socials. You can tap into the Instagram to be notified every time we go live, kinda, because I like post it on my story. Tap in with the Discord though, it's the most surefire way to know when we post YouTube videos, just twice daily and every time I go live. Yeah, know what time to see tomorrow, man.